Evening, Chris. What's happening, man? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Looks like we're going to be light on the chat tonight. Oh, hey, there's Jeff. What's happening, Jeff? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So, hope you guys had a great holiday. Now it's time to slide into the Christmas season, yeah? Hey, John. What's happening, man? Hope you had a good holiday. So I don't have any plan tonight, just like I never really have a plan. I have a couple of things I want to show you and talk about, but other than that, it's just a BS session as usual. So, hope you guys are up, gonna be up late. So for some of you guys, it's 10 o'clock at night already, yeah? So is everybody full from turkey and whatever other fantastic things you guys eat? I know. We're doing Thanksgiving part 2 tomorrow. We always go to my brother's for Thanksgiving. Well, hello, Joe. How's it going, man? Oh, George sent you home with a car, Joe. That's good. So, would you like? Would you like it? Be cool if you did a little review of it, good or bad. I'd like to hear about it. Tad, what's happening? For the Harbor Freight boxes, Chris, we're in the process right now of developing a few things. So I we're working on a caddy for the racers to move their haul their cars around at the races, and we're also working on some little platforms and things to go into those Harbor Freight boxes. Ah, Dick, how's it going, man? Mr. Albright, thanks for popping in. No, I know. I still have another food coma coming tomorrow. Like I was saying, I got we do Thanksgiving at my brother's, and then but my wife always buys all this stuff because I make my some things a certain way and I like it. So we do our own just for me and her and my son. So we'll be cooking a turkey and stuffing and all the trimmings tomorrow again. So oh, good. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd love to see a review, Joe. Um, which car did George send you home with? Which one did you get? Oh, thanks, Dick. Yeah, this is much better, isn't it? You know, got a little some lighting action going over there, and the new camera and the new computer. Yeah, everything's sort of falling into place here for the live streaming. Much better. I really like this camera. It clear, sharp picture. I like that I can turn it off and on the following. Um, I like that I can control it. I have like a little console on the screen over here, so I can control that camera. Yeah, I like it. You know, at the flick of the mouse, I can just bring you down here to look at something, bring you straight back. Kind of, I won't go so far as to say professional, but it does make things nicer. Evening, Robert. Thanks for popping in, man. Thanks for hanging out on a Friday night. I'm not gonna be. I won't do it too. It may be an hour. We'll see how it goes. Wife just got home a little bit ago. We'll have some dinner. So, but yeah, about an hour. Like I said, I just got a few things I wanted to chat with you guys about tonight. Nothing too crazy. Well, one thing's kind of cool. I think you'll like this. I think everybody will be kind of excited. I hope. We'll see. It's not for me. It's for somebody else. Oh, you're doing a little racing today, Dick. That's cool. So yeah, that's a good way to pass the time listening to me ramble. so so yeah, so I got I got a box in the mail the other day, and I was expecting it. Um, Husey said he was sending me some stuff, so I knew he was sending me another shipment of Tim Tams because my son eats the damn things as fast as we get them. So, so he resupplied me with Tim Tams. Uh, you just blew a fuse? What, in your controller? Well, that sucks. Didn't Pat do the same thing? So Husey sent me some stuff, and I don't know if you can see it right there. He made that on his either he said either his first or his second video that he ever put out on YouTube was that is handmade, not a kit, scratch built turn marshal stand that he built, and he has a video all about building it, and I don't know why, but he decided it needed to come live with me here in California, so he sent that to me, and so I got Herman Munster in there being the turn marshal, so. Um, I hope he doesn't send me that shit weather dick. Yeah, I saw that. He's got a lot of rain and stuff. I haven't talked to Husey in a day or two. Well, this holiday stuff, I haven't talked to anybody, so I need to catch up with Husey to see what's up. So he sent me the Tim Tams. He sent me that awesome turn marshal stand. And yeah, you're right, Robert. Dick's track is fantastic, isn't it? He is really doing it. Well, good. I'm glad it's easily fixable with a fuse from the auto store. That's good. Hey, Marty, how's it going, man? You come to hang out with us? Come to hang out with us bottom dwellers today? I appreciate you popping in, man. So like I said, Tim Tams and that, and then I'll show you this right here. I'm gonna bring you down here to the table so you can see this. But Husey sent me this because he knows how much I love my VWs, and so he sent me the Scale Electric Golf GTI, and what a cool car, I mean, I gotta say, and I told I was actually talking to Dave Slar about this. I am very impressed with this car. It's a Scale Electric, and I would never ever would have thought I would have said I was impressed with one, but this thing runs great. Now I did take the magnet out, but that's all I've done to it, and it runs so great on the track. I'll put it on the track in a little bit, and you'll be able to see it. I'm very impressed with this, and Dave and I were talking about it, and we don't know if it makes a difference or not, but this is a made in China one. A lot of them are made in Vietnam, and there's been a lot of things said about the Vietnamese built cars, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but this thing is really cool, and it's got lights that work. It ain't a race car, it's just for putting around the track, and it puts around the track really nice, so it's really fun. So I'm going to recommend that if you guys like VWs, get this car. It's well worth it, well worth the price of admission. So yeah, so that's one of the events that's been happening around here. I got that stuff. Oh, and Husey also sent me the parts I need to repair my spinny billboard that sounds like a coffee grinder. Hey, what's up, B-Rads? What's happening, man? So there's that. Yeah, really cool, Tad. Really, really cool. A lot of stuff's been happening here, especially the last few weeks with the NSR event and everything like that, and all the stuff. George was going jumping through hoops to get all those things printed to take with him, so he could, show them to people, and been a lot of really good positive feedback from what I understand. I'm looking forward now to Joe. Joe says he's gotten one of the cars, and I look forward to see what car did you get, Joe? What did he give you? They already asked you that? Now the car stopped, Dick? You're having all kinds of trouble over there, man. Hope you didn't cook the damn power supply. Or the car. Could have. Yeah, that sucks when you get, cross polarity or whatever caused it. That is kind of weird though. You guys have plugs, so not like you could plug it in wrong. So what happened? Sometimes that modern technology is not as great. I mean, I have a, I have the DeFalco controller, and I always worry because it has all the guts hanging out the top, and I always wonder, man, what if you set that down and it grounds out on something? But so far, never had a problem with anything like that. I try not to leave it laying on the track. I put it back in the holder to keep it from doing that. Okay, good. There you go. Good, Dick. That's good. Don't be don't be breaking stuff now. So another thing I wanted to show you guys. Now this is this is not this is out here, Marty. It was in the 80s today. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. That's all I had on today. I don't even have any shoes and socks on. Yeah, it's typical fall weather here in California. It doesn't really get cold. I mean, it can, but it doesn't generally. It's cooling off now in the evening, but otherwise, it was in the 80s today. Totally hot. I remember back in my hunting days, I used to hate it. We'd go out for the opening day of dove season, September 1st, and it was hotter than hell. And then deer season would come along, late October, early November, and same thing, hotter than hell. It's like the rest of the country doesn't have to hunt like that. Yeah, that's what I heard, Marty. You guys are all getting a little bit of snow here and there, and stuff. Yeah, I don't ever have to worry about snow, but it does get chilly here. But it probably won't get cold here for another week or two, probably. So if anybody's interested in working on their tan, you can come on out and play. We'll run some slot cars, and then we can go work on our tans. Oh yeah, I remember those two. Yep, I do. Be rad. I had one as well. So this is something that I sort of collaborated with Marty on this. Marty is looking to do something to make a giveaway for his channel. And now that he has his 3D printer, he wanted to design something that he could print, that he could use for giveaways for his subscribers. So he sent me something that he had worked on, a friend of his worked on, and I was like, well, I think we can improve on this. So last few days I've been monkeying with this for him, and I think we've got it now to where it's a viable thing. I think we're going to add something else, we're going to add a switch to it, I think, as well. But otherwise, yeah, Joe, up there, no shit, man, Canada. But I think this is going to be something that you guys are going to like. So I printed one. I think Marty has one on the printer right now. This is our test piece. So I'll bring you down here and show it to you. Um, Marty was looking for a tire cleaner that he could. Oh man, the screen's in the way. So he wanted to make something like this that you could put in your pit box, and it doesn't take up much room, but it's easy to clean your tires with. So when you're at the track and you need to clean your tires, you don't have to stop, you don't have to run, you have to go get some. You got it right here. So the little pocket here will be for a piece of Velcro, and just a little square of microfiber towel, and you could wet the microfiber towel with the fluid of your choice that you use to condition your tires with. And it's run by a 9-volt battery, a little battery box for the battery in here, and it works good so far. Run the tires, just clean your tires off, and boom, away you go. back to the track. Throw this back in your box. Keep it with you at the track. It's small enough you could probably slip it in your back pocket. So again, this is prototype. It will have the same type of braid on it that the tracks have, and there'll be Velcro on it all ready to go. And at least I think that's what Marty's planning. So so yeah, you can start. You can expect to see these here shortly. Marty's going to start doing some giveaways with them. So is yours finished printing, Marty? Like I said, he and I have been collaborating on this all week, and we've got a few little changes we're going to make to it so it prints better. It's got the roundedness on the bottom doesn't work well on the plate, so I'm going to square it off. And like I said, just a few little things. We're probably going to add a switch to it so that you can turn it off when you put it in your box. So just in case you don't get a screwdriver or something touching there and then shorten out, we don't want that. So so yeah. So there you go. I imagine we'll put Marty's logo, the 2 lines of logo on it somewhere. And you know, if Marty's feeling super generous, maybe he'll put, if somebody wins it and they have their own logo, you know, I'll be happy to design the logo and put it on there for him, and he can print it with your logo on it. So I think that's pretty damn cool. I think it's really cool of Marty to want to do that for you guys, to, you know, just to have a little something for you to have that has his logo, and it's handy. You know, this will be great for you guys to track. So that's that. That's I don't know. I think it's pretty neat. It's not anything elaborate, you know. It's just something that's handy, and keep your tires clean while you're at the track. 2 lines, speed clean. Yeah, there you go. Speed clean. I like that, Tad. Right, Marty. That was, yes, yeah, self-contained. There's nothing else required. Like I say, it's Velcro, so that will stick in. So that way you can peel the microfiber towel off, wash it, reuse it, or if it gets completely worn out, you can just cut another piece, stick it on there, and like Marty said, you know, the towel is thin enough that it will dry out quickly, so you can actually even just peel it off of there and wring it out, so you don't have a wet sponge floating around in your slot box. You know, this is a great idea. You know, Marty came up with a good idea here, so I was happy to help him bring it to fruition. We'll have to get us some. But wait, there's more. We'll have to get some braid. Like I said, this is some slot invasion braid. I had a roll of it. It's too small, but it works. But we're going to use the regular braid, track braid. You know, double-sided tape, fit on there. It'll stand up just a little bit from the top, so you don't have to worry about it. Right, Marty, that's it. You know, it just makes it more convenient. You don't have this stationary stand right there at one position where everybody's got to parade through there to clean their cars. You just have this at your station with you, and you clean your car. Or like I said, if you don't have room, it'll fit in your back pocket. Yes, B-Rad, we'll have a switch. Like I said, we don't want it grounding out in your box, so I will definitely figure out a way to we'll put a switch. Hey, what's happening, Mark? How you doing, Mark? Hope you had a good holiday, man. So that's what's going on. Like I said, there's nothing crazy or major going on around here. This is all we're doing, just tinkering and stuff. You know, the holidays are coming. Things are getting slower. I know we're getting a lot of requests for stuff, at least George is on the website, and you know, it's going to be a little bit slower right now. Holidays are here, so you know, family. There's events going on. There's stuff happening. So after holidays are over, George will kick back into high gear, and we're going to have all kinds of stuff out there for you guys to check out. We're talking about getting the BWs out. We're getting really serious about a truck race. Um, we're gonna sit down here. George and I talked about this yesterday. We're gonna get with Marty. I think if Tad's up for it, I don't want to speak for you, Tad. We want. I don't want this to be a one horse show for the truck proxy. I think it'd be better to send the cars around. So it won't be free. Everybody maybe pitch in $20 or something to cover shipping from one place to another. But otherwise, yeah, we want to do it at George's. We want to do it here. We want to do it at Marty's. We want to do it at Tad's. And the good thing is it don't have to be ovals. So if you don't want to run them on your oval, just run them on the polycar track, or hell, run them on your big Carrera. It's fine. I don't have an oval and I ain't setting one up, so they're gonna get ran here on the old Ravel, road course. So I think that's what will make this challenging, is that it's a variety of surfaces. George is wood, I'm plastic, Marty's plastic, Tad's wood. So it's gonna be a challenge to set your trucks up, and I think that's what will make it fun. So we'll have a spec tire. Of course, it'll probably be urethanes. That's what we want most of the time. Um, we'll see what happens, but yeah, that's what we want to do. And then we're thinking April-ish, probably, because the showdown's coming up at Harry's in January. So we'll give you a little bit of time to get a truck. If you don't have one already, to get a truck and then to build it, paint it, do all that stuff, and then spring, March, we'll have a race, first race anyways, and we won't drag it out. If George starts it off, George will do it, and he'll send it to me, and then in a few days I'll do it, and then we'll send it to Marty, whoever we get in the rotation. Probably go to Marty next, could just do it in line. Whoever's way up last, because I'm way out here. So, yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, they would. They work great on your polycar track, Marty. Yeah, I know. You need to build one. The other thing is now, Marty, now that you got your printer, I can send you a body, and then all you got to do is print the rest of it yourself. There you go. After we do the truck race, we're going to do a VW race. At least I want to. Whoever else wants to be involved in that, I kind of have a suspicion Marty would like to probably do that with the Volkswagens. We're also, you can see it right over my shoulder here, the Fun Cut Bugs. We're going to have our design guy refine that file to make that body much better for printing. And then we'll be getting those out too. And I want to do a race with just the Fun Cups. So we'll do one race eventually with the Mark 1 VWs. Excuse me. And I think we'll make it your choice, if you want the Golf, the Jetta, the truck, or the Scirocco. I think we'll make it your choice, and you can build one, and we'll do the same thing, send them around. And then I also want to do the same thing with the Fun Cup cars. So, hey Daryl, how you doing, man? Great, Chad. That's good. That's what we'll do. Like I say, it's gotta be a thing. I need to get a timing system built for my track. Probably, I already have the computer and everything. I may sit down here. I built one for my oval when I had the big oval at my house. I built my own timing system, and I used TrackMate, but it's not that hard. A couple of diodes and some LEDs. It's not that hard to build one. There's instructions out there on the internet, and I did that before, and it worked perfectly. So we'll just do that. I'll have to get a timing system made, because I'm not doing it with my little camera thing. No way. It's got to be. I want it more precise than that. So yeah, that'll be the next project. Oh, does Johnny V have a timing system, Dick? Why didn't I know that? Because mine won't be too complex. I just got 2 lanes. So, uh, I mean, eventually down the road, I'm going to expand to a bigger track. But as long as I'm here, I'm going to be, this is it right here, a 2 laner. Eventually, there's going to be a ginormous Revell track. That's my plan. I'll tell you my plan. We're hoping to move. I'm not even going to put a date on it. Soon. I'll just say soon. We will be probably relocating more than likely to North Carolina if that's where my daughter stays after school. So when we get out there and I get a house again and I have room, I'm going to make a huge Revell track. Like I've told you guys 1,000 times, I have over 100 feet of this stuff. And my dream has always been to have a recreation or a fairly close facsimile of Riverside International Raceway done with Revell track, 4 lane. And that is what I will do once I get out there. And then I will have a big oval. I want to do a big oval like my old one was at my house. My track was 14 feet long and 6 feet wide. And I just like the bigger sweepy turns and rather than the paper clip-ish. I prefer the bigger turns. So I'll have a great big oval eventually. But, you know, it's all down the road a little bit. So yeah, absolutely, Tad. Put it on your road course. I'm going to have to check into that, Dick. I did not know that Johnny V had his timing system. Well, hell, Tad, that's more than I got here. So, 60 feet is plenty. Plus, it'll be good for you. It's 1 lane, so you don't have to worry about it. You can run the cars. You could probably run them longer. Like, let's just say we do it 5 minutes a lane, or like, whatever. You could do 10 minutes per heat with each car because you only got 1 lane. Or if you don't want to go 10 minutes is a long time. But I'm just saying, that's an option. I like that idea. But I want to keep my road course plastic, just so that I can change it up once in a while. You know, again, when I had the house, I had the road course and the oval, both in wood. And the road course, I got tired of it, and I tore it down. I just got sick of it. It was the same, several years of running that same course all the time. I was bored with it, so I tore it down. And I actually set up more Revell tracks so I could do it how I wanted once in a while, change it up. Huh. Well, I'm going to check that out, you guys. I'll be looking for that later tonight. Oh, there you go, Daryl. Oh, wow. How would you like that? Uh, a star, Steve Holzman. Come on, he's a star. Wouldn't that be awesome to have him running our cars? Man, it'll tell you right away if our cars are set up good or not, right? If Steve's running them. That would be great if Marty could swing that. Oh, thanks, Tad. Appreciate that. Yeah, I love that rule. It was. I spent a lot of time on the scenery, and all that. That's and I'll have that again. That's what I'll do with my oval. Will be. I like that era. Well, let's just call it, say, early '60s, late '50s, early '60s scenery style. That's what I had on there. It was old. It was supposed to be reminiscent of like a Saturday night fairground track. That's kind of what it was. So yeah, I'll do it again. Oh wow, man, Tad, you have watched my videos, haven't you? You remember the welder? Yeah, I had a Quonset hut. Like the old World War II Quonset hut. I built that all from scratch, and that was in the infield, and that was kind of like where the mechanics all hung out. And yeah, I had a car in there up on jack stands, and a dude laying underneath it, and he was welding, and you could bzz, 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 the lights. It was cool. Yeah, yeah, I like doing that stuff. That's why I know it ain't much now. I keep making billboards like going out of style. but I like that. And it, and again, I can't get carried away here. I painted the infield green, sort of half-assed, just to give it a little, contrast. But it needs it needs more. My track needs a lot more. But I'm just not going to get that into it here. It is what it is. And I've been putting everybody's stickers on this foam board, but I'm putting them in such an area so that when I do tear this all down, I can cut that piece of foam board out and have it so that when I get to my new place, I can like hang it on the wall or something and still have everybody's stickers. I don't know that I have, Dick. Oh, that's cool, B-Rads. Yep, there you go, welder. That'd be cool, B-Rads. Do that. It's just, I don't know. It's something that catches your eye because it's movement. So, yeah, I dug that. I had grandstands, and there were little scenes that if you didn't know they were there, you'd miss them. Like behind the grandstands, there was a whole bunch of cops arresting someone. What else was in there? There were zombies hidden here and there. Yeah, it was different. And back then, of course, I didn't have 3D printing. I did everything resin casting. So like I had tire stacks everywhere. So I made molds for those, and I still have those. In fact, no, I think I gave them all to George. George has all my tire stacks on his track. Um, yeah, so you don't have to. They don't have to be hard. They were made out of actual rubber, so that way, and I ran a screw down through the hole into the track. So if a car hit them, they were rubbery and they didn't break the car, but they stayed there. They didn't go flying everywhere. I'm looking forward to doing a bunch of that stuff again. It's like here, I did. I made these. I designed these on Blender. The barrier. I designed them on Blender. They snap to the edge of the track, so I could keep the cars from smacking off and running off out into nowheres. They're very similar to the ones that Professor Motor sells. In fact, that's how I got those. I showed those to Harry, the ones I made, and he was like, "Hey, those look like these." And he was showing me. I go, "I didn't know Professor Motor made those. That's cool." So he sent those to me. So this end of the track is Professor Motor, and that end of the track is my own. Oh yeah, yeah, B-Rads. I know. I welded a lot too back, especially when I had my hot rod shop and my chopper shop and stuff. I don't have a MIG welder anymore. I have a stick welder still, but no real reason to use it really anymore. Can't use it on my stock cars. So yeah, that's I'm just trying to make the best of what I got here and make it look good. Like I needed somewhere to put all these damn cars, especially the ones I've been making. So I made these shipping containers and with one side missing, so I could stack them because they interlock, and I stack them all up, and I can stick all my cars in there on top of my stands that I designed, and that gets them damn cars up out of the way. Because I'm weird. I don't like my cars sitting around on their tires because it doesn't take long, especially in California. It's hot and it's dry here, and so it doesn't take long for a car sitting on its tires to flat spot the shit out of them. So I now have a stand for every single car. Every car in here is on a stand to keep the tires up off the ground because I don't want to be replacing tires all the time. And it's not like they're expensive, but you've added up, 10, 10, 10. You get 10 cars that need tires, and it's $100. So, you know, so that's pretty much it. That is what I've been doing, tinkering with this stuff. I don't know if you guys even seen it. Let me see. Did I have this one set up? Let me see if it'll go over there. Yeah, see I got all the billboards over here. I've got I made that one up for Pat. It's a three-legged chicken ranch. And of course the three-legged chickens. I printed those up. But yeah, see, even my scaly cars, they're sitting on stands. I don't like my cars sitting on the ground. But every one of those billboards, I made them all. Well, I didn't make that one. That's a Racetrack Scenics. And the my My Shotgun Dave custom sound. That's a slot or racetrack scenics. Oh, and the gantry too. I'm gonna make a new gantry though. Okay, Dick. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I appreciate it. Have fun tonight with your race. So yeah, man. So you want to see the Volkswagen run, Tad? This one? You want to see the little? Okay. Grab my controller here. Whoa, the track is really dirty, Tad. I gotta go easy. The track is like ice. Let me see if I can scrub up them tires a little bit. I wasn't prepared to run cars, Tad. The track is super dirty. I haven't ran cars in several days. It is pretty smooth. It's typical, you know. It sounds like a coffee grinder, but it runs pretty good. So yeah, if I take it apart, glue all the bushings in real good, just so it runs a little bit smoother. That's all it needs, really. It's funny, I was in a VW mood, so I got my bus out. You want to talk about something that runs cruddy, but this one doesn't run too bad. Woohoo! What in the hell? No brakes, why? There you go. Oops. Of course I did it. Which car, B-Rads? Which one were you tempted? For the VW? Yeah, right, Jeff. I wish I could. I guess you could put it in squares, right? Man, that bus is so top heavy. Okay, so all right, so Brad, you'll like, God, I can't get a hold of it there. You'll like the golf kit that we're doing then. That's got some big mamma jamma flares. So these are the kits that are coming out. Yeah. It runs really good. Of course, it's my own design, so it should, right? So yeah, the little golf run's good. Yeah, well, you're right, Robert. Dave can make anything fast. He's good. Well, that's okay, Brad. You don't have to worry about it. It's not coming out for a little while, so you have time to save. There you go. So you have something to shoot for. I hear you though, man. It's the holidays, so that's why we're not in a big hurry to, try to like flood the market with anything. So we're not really flooding the market anyways. We're just making some stuff that people like. I finally finished up the. I finally finished up the Scirocco. It's a good runner now too. I like these actually better than the bugs. They run really good. The Scirocco's cool because it sits lower to the track, the body's not as top heavy. I imagine for guys that really want to race them, the Scirocco will probably be the most uh, popular one. Gia Jeff, yeah, you know what? I can tell you that there's going to be a whole line of air cooled VWs. Right now, I'm currently working on one, not the Gia, and not a bug, and so it'll be cool. And then I do have plans for the Gia though, absolutely. Daryl, you said you're waiting for a non-Chevy step side truck, so a Ford, Dodge, Ford probably. For the Volkswagens, Marty, they're 14 by 8s. That's the wheels. Yeah, 14 by 8. They're little buggers. Oh, so, yeah. Now I'm trying to figure out which freaking tires I put on them too, man. I need to get with Steve because I bought a bunch of tires and then I can't remember the goddamn size. They always take too long, Brad. So a Ford or a Dodge, and you say you want a non-step side, non-Chevy step side. You want a step side. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so a step side. Well, I'm going to show you something, Daryl. 50 Ford. That's step side. That's not a Chevy. This one we haven't brought. I didn't bring this one out, and I've got everything. It's got a chassis and everything. This one is. We were funnily culling at the Fred Sanford truck. It's not to scale. You can see that it's kind of fat. It's a little wide, but it's okay because it's a damn race car. But I needed it to be that way so I could get the right wheels and tires under it. So I take it you like that one, Daryl. Hey, the little Red Express would be a good one, Jeff. Yep, I agree with you. But yeah, I do have this one, Daryl. So maybe we can figure something out. I just didn't want to flood the market with all the different trucks. So I didn't want to overwhelm George either. He has a hell of a time keeping up with some of the stuff already. So I didn't want to add another one in there if only a couple of people wanted it. But again, this isn't the greatest file in the world. I don't know if you can. Let me see if I can get it here. I guess it's not too bad. It has like right here. It has some flaws, but I need to go in there and fix it up. But this would be a good one. Well, see, there you go. I didn't expect that reaction from everybody that you guys would like this one. So I don't know. I'll talk to George. Maybe we can make some of them available. Because like I said, it's ready to go. There's already a chassis for it and everything. So, all right. I'll uh, I'll have a chit chat with George, and you guys could probably hit him up too. Say, hey, we saw Dave had a 1950 Ford truck. Can we get those? And maybe we can make that happen. I knew a guy in high school had the Little Red Express, and with the stacks, it had the stacks on it. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Fuck. Right, Brad. I think the same thing. It's just a race. It's a race truck. It's gonna get road rash just from racing. So it's patina pre-raced. But yeah, that's funny that you asked about that, Daryl. So all right, so I'll leave that out so I remember to talk to George about it. He's at work. He's sleeping right now, and I'm sure see tomorrow Saturday. Yeah, he's got to work tomorrow. So no, yeah, working tomorrow. He's off Sunday, so I'll talk to him about it this weekend, and we'll see if we can't get a few of them made so that you guys can race the trucks. I actually had this one running. It was all together and doing its thing, and then man, I make so many cars. I just sometimes I gut them and use the parts to put something else together. I don't want to buy thousands of dollars worth of parts all the time, making so many different things. So Steve Sawtell loves me over there. Right, Daryl. That's yeah. That was the plan actually for this one, is I wanted to make it a lot more Sanford and Sonish. I was gonna rub it down, make it patina like some of my old cars I used to do. So yeah, I may still, because I still need to do another square body Chevy, because I gave mine to Harry. I gave that Smoky Unique truck to Harry. So yep, Daryl, you're right. I do rob Peter to pay Paul a lot. Yeah, nothing like a squirrely truck, Brad. Yeah, that's fun stuff. When I was younger, wow, when I was in my 20s, my uncle had a 76, 77 Chevy stepside short bed, had a 350 with a blower on it, and he was a machinist and he did some crazy stuff, and he machined the manifold and the blower so that the blower fit under the hood so it wasn't sticking out. It was a total sleeper. That was a cool ass truck. I remember back in the day when I'd go stay with him sometimes. We'd go up to Irwindale and run the shit out of that thing, take people's money. Oh yeah, Daryl. Me too. I'm a Hemi guy. Yeah, you know that. For the square body, the one. Okay, Jeff, the one I sent to Harry. Uh, Let me see. Are any of my other ones set up the same way? No. On the one I sent to Harry, I did it different. I put 15. I'm sorry, 17 by 8s on the back, and 15 by 8s on the front, and then the corresponding Paul gauge tires that fit them. I can never even quote those numbers. But you might hit Harry up if you want to duplicate that. He knows what they are. Just send him a message and tell him I told you to ask him what wheels and tires are on the Smoky truck. But it's 17 by 8s on the back and 15 by 8s on the front. But I don't remember the tires. 124 set for which one, Brad? Daryl's the number one customer. Yeah, I don't know. I think Harry probably is probably number one. You guys have never been to Harry's. You guys got to get to Harry's. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, you walk in there and it's like that. Harry has everything you need to put a car together. Not just a car, a lot of cars. So that's why when we go there, George and I, we build. Like coming up in January, Steve and Brian are going there, and they're gonna build cars while they're there. So usually we don't even. I wouldn't really even need to build a car to send in. I just build it when I get there. I do too, Tad, and it's not because I don't understand. I do. I get the nomenclature, the system that Paul has designed. So the tires that we use, I have them on my little board over here. All right, so the 21 10 5. I'm almost positive that's the tires I put on the back of Harry's truck. PG 21 105s. The fronts, I think, are 20 085s, maybe. I'm pretty sure. But you can't quote me on that. Harry will know. Oh, wow, you bought the whole set, Brad. That's awesome. There is a cheat sheet, Tad. It's on Suckar Corner. Yeah, there is a cheat sheet. So, but even that doesn't help me all the time. Like on these VWs, I have measured because it's basic. It's just basic measurements. Tire diameter, tire width, rib width. That's what those three numbers are on Paul Gage part numbers. Tire diameter, tire width, rib width. That's it. So I measure these tires, and I'm like, okay, I got it. It's a blah blah blah. I go on there. There isn't one. So how the hell did I get these freaking tires? So I don't know. I'm gonna have to, like I said, get with Steve and figure out which damn tires I put on these cars, so I can tell everybody. Because I am no help if I can't tell you which tires I use, so that you guys can build the damn cars the same. So yeah, I keep all my cars in here. Yeah, those BRM cars. I have a BRM car coming. So, um, as you guys know, me and George do all this stuff together. So, um, I don't really make any money, but George pays me in stuff. So, I need a new camera. George 3A3D buys me a camera. Uh, I need a new computer. George gives me a computer. So when George got all those new BRM Camaros and Mustangs, me and Harry were like going, God damn, they're badass, right? So George says, well, it's all right. Well, then you guys are each going to get one. Which one do you want, the Camaro or the Mustang? And I'm like, honestly, for me, I would rather not have the Mustang or the Camaro, and not because I don't like them, because of my track. They're too damn big. Like all the 125th scale cars that I build for the race at Harry's, I don't run them on my track. They're too goddamn big. So I said, if I'm going to get a 125th scale car, it needs to be the small ones. This is a 125th scale car. This is a TTS, which is basically identical to a BRM. So, stupid camera. Go back, go back, go back. Go back. There you go. So, yeah, George got me the Scirocco. I wanted this. I've been wanting that Scirocco, so he got me a Scirocco. Yeah, Daryl, the thing with the 124 trucks, here's why I don't do 124 scale cars. Because you can buy a model kit. There's model kits for all of them, anything you could ever want. They have a model kit for it. And stick a H&R chassis under it, boom, you got you a stock car. Or if you're more adventurous, brass chassis. But I have lately been thinking about, for some of the guys that like the 124s and 125th scale stuff, that maybe making a chassis to fit some of these model kits. So I don't want to print 125th scale bodies because, like I said, there's no need to. So, but it'd be nice, you could buy a model kit and put a 3D printed chassis under it and race it. I've been thinking about it. Yeah, and that's another problem with those cars, Brad, is they're pricey. They're not cheap. Not even close to cheap. But I agree with you. That Sunoco Camaro is cool. I love it. It's awesome. But it's also available in 132. Right, Daryl. I know. That's what I'm saying. But you can still put a chassis under it with a H&R. And that the H&R chassis is not for everybody. They work fantastically on a wood track, and they do work on plastic, but I think they're more suited to the wood. Just my opinion. But I have been thinking about it. Even 4 is tight, John. It's, I forget what the lane spacing is on mine. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Ravel's only 3.5. So, uh, yeah, it's just not fun. They're running right on top of each other, and you get them in a turn, and the inside guy is always knocking the outside guy off. It's just not even fun. And then like me, I don't have room to put the big turns, so these are the small turns, and so it's really tight with the 125th scale cars. That's why it's so good at Harry's place, because his is 4.5 inch lane spacing. It's wide because you know, the oval is really geared for the big cars. So they are a hoot. What we got? Oh, an hour. Been an hour. Can't believe it. I always start this thing thinking, what am I going to say today? Where's this going to go? So it always goes somewhere, though. I guess that's a good thing. So, anyways, I'm going to call it good here at an hour. We'll go have some dinner with the wife. The lock nut chassis design, I have not even touched it, Tad, to be quite honest with you. I know it's all in here. I got to get it out. I got sidetracked working on this thing with Marty and another project that George and I and Marty are collaborating on. I got a little sidetracked with that. But I did talk to George about it, and he's gung ho. He's like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Something else that I'm going to be working on. I want to upgrade everything. Not so much bring out a whole bunch of new cars, but I want to upgrade what we've got to make it better. And after watching the NSR race this last week, I've got this ridiculous idea in my head, and I'm thinking that these chassis could be, they're kind of thick, and I made them thick on purpose because I started them out thin and we were having some trouble. But I think that I can make them thin again, and I want to do some stuff to them. I want to skeletonize them. I want to add some supports on the inside to hold them in shape better. But I want to make these much more competition oriented. And so the Nylock nuts thing is going to come in quite handy so that you can adjust body float and everything like that. And I think I'm going to steal Hughesy's idea. When he built the Challenger that I sent him, he used the same system for the pod. He put Nylock nuts and machine screws so he can really fine tune and adjust the pod. And that car freaking hauls ass. So I got some redesigning to do. But thanks for your idea, though. Good night, Chris. That's all your fault, Mark. It's not your fault. It's my own fault. It's my fault. I am like the dog that sees the shiny thing. I'm off. But I'm getting better. So, all right, boys. I'm gonna go eat, and I appreciate you guys popping in here for an hour with me on Friday night. I'll be here next Friday again. We're gonna do this every goddamn week. So, yes, you're absolutely 100% right, Brad. Totally. So, So, all right, fellers. I will see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. Go eat some leftover turkey. Or maybe not. Probably sick of it. So, anyways, boys, I'm rambling. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And, well, I'll see you later.